for freedom. To fight for freedom looks like not accepting anything but complete freedom. I think about a lot of times in trying to reach people that may not know God. And so I try to talk to them about things such as things that are not so biblically acclaimed. Things such as you can find in history books, not to say that you can't find the biblical truths in history, but things such as America leaving England, traveling over large bodies of water, all in the name of change. In those times, there wasn't any military ships. U.S. SS's, SOS's, and I believe I'm quoting those things right, but if you got lost in the large bodies of water back then, there wasn't that many ships out there, nor that many possibilities of being rescued if something went wrong. Today we have planes and helicopters and many ships upon the waters. But those people traveled not having a clue where they was going, many times not having enough food. And many of you all know the history. Some of the first settlers winded up dying on their travels over the waters as they, if I'm not mistaken, was found with fevers and sickness, and they died, but all in the name of seeking better. Those that heard that the travel was a very strenuous travel and that you might lose your life, it didn't stop the exploring. It didn't stop the thirst, the desire for better. Some might look at it as freedom, because they did not agree with the things of England, and so they sought a land or a place where they can build their legacy of what they thought would be, can I say it any other way but America? Hey, they had a desire and a mindset of a great country that I live in today, with the red, white, and blue flag. Country that has endured many things, including having to tuck their own tail in the attributes of what part they played in enslaving human beings. And look at here, The stigma has been so bad that when it was studied, why the black folk, many of you all know me, know that I don't like using black and white, but I like to put in my spirit light and dark-skinned folks and native tongue speaking folk. But it was studied that the reason why black folk like the chains across their necks and across their arms was because the stigma. I said it was because of the chains that was around our necks and the chain that was around our arms and the chains. I don't know too many men that would have a bracelet on their leg, but I do know some women of African descent that do like chains or leg bracelets around their legs. And if it be so that it has been imputed into black folks' DNA, I got news for you. The reason why it continued to go from generation to generation that had no part of being enslaved is simply because equality just haven't come, not just yet. When you got a fairy tale to an oppressed group of folk, it's kind of hard not to have the feel of grandma and them and great grandma and them's experience they had with living on the white man plantation. It's kind of hard not to have the notion, but you see what would take away that if the black man and the black woman was truly free. Because happy thoughts of true freedom would begin to overtake the stigmatic approach and mindset of what it must have felt like for grandma and great grandma them to be oppressed by human being folk that walked and breathed and talked like them. And why were they treated differently? Because they was just a little darker than the folk that had ears and eyes and nose, legs, same body type, ate. When they ate too much, they defecated. When they drank too much, they urinated. But because slavery was a part of our tasking, these peoples had to look at other human beings as being better than them because they were lighter than them. And that thing even press over into the now age stuff because for some reason, boy, them high yellow girls still get the most attention. But because I heard some fellas saying that the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice, every now and then you catch a bikini contest with a darker sister than won the prize. But I want to say to America that first and foremost that God is real. And I want to leave you up on this hill. The only way that I ever stop fighting is once I've obtained the goal that's sought. Because when those settlers died upon the waters, they sent the message all the way down here to 2026 to me that if you want it bad enough, that you can obtain it, and I don't care what it looked like, that as long as you pressing for it. And then I'm here to declare to you in the name of Jesus Christ, you definitely can achieve whatever you need to achieve in the name of Jesus Christ. But I'm just talking about just on human strength. America traveled a long way to get to freedom. But on a spiritual sense, I, serving Minister Abram Keith Linton Sr., the founders of Americans Against Injustices, will obtain freedom against many of those that are thought to be my American brothers and sisters that still seek to keep me enslaved, disregarding the Constitution rights and laws that are entitled to every man. Freedom.